thinking about it from the whole of club perspective, just getting everyone back out on the pitch and playing matches is really the thing that I think excites me and is driving a lot of the work that we're doing with the committee and with the staff, and getting people back into I guess a routine of training and having something to actually train for, because there were a lot of training sessions and not a lot of matches this year just gone by. And the goals for us, I think, are to solidify so much of the foundational work that we've done in the past years. And with the men's and women's performance teams, especially the first teams, it's to try to turn all this fantastic work that we've been doing into being really, really consistent winners on the field, because we think that we do a pretty good job in training sessions and in providing the players with information and video and ideas on how they can get better. But we really want to see that turn into victories on the park. We're really, really excited by the work that our women's head coach, Christian Lipiarski's led, along with his assistant and W2 coach, Ethan Timmins. They've done a fantastic job at building up the program, making it an awesome training environment, and bringing in a huge range of players and catering to lots of different abilities. So we're really excited by that. And I'm excited when I go and see the training sessions and see the match day approach, that it's very, very much unified across the men's and women's program. So that excites me, and I can't wait to see what they put out on the park this year. So we ran about a month and a half of pre-season training before Christmas, which was fantastic. It's probably a little bit longer than we thought we'd go for, which is always a good sign. And the women's team in particular played 3 practice matches, and it was just awesome to see them gelling with a whole range of players going through the teams. Lots of very nice goals being scored, and leadership and self-expression coming through from all our different players that we have in those groups. So yeah, really exciting to think about what that team can achieve, or that whole program can achieve in 2021. First and foremost, we have to say a massive thank you to Lorenzo Renda. He's been amazing in the reserves coaching role for the last 3 seasons, despite missing 2020 obviously, and he's going to take a bit of a break, which I think for Lozo means he'll be here 5 times a week at the club. So that's a massive thanks to Loz, and we welcome in a new reserves coach, Husto Gorjowski, and we're really looking forward to him making his contribution to the program. And our priority is to reinforce the foundational work that we've done over the last few years, and take that work, I guess, to the next level. And that's going to take a range of experienced players, young players, guys who are sort of ticking over between still being young, but they've played enough games now in the first team to really become winning players. So in that sort of experience bracket, and I'm certainly going to leave some people out, otherwise I'm going to name 50 names, but guys like Nick Visaris, who I mentioned earlier, Luca Lavalle, Daniel Sain in goals, Ona, Karuzum playing at the back, Fikri Bozdoğan as well. Then in terms of those younger guys who've played a lot now, you've got David Trengrove, undisputed best and fairest in the last season that we played. Our captain Luke Carboni, George Nanos, and then we've got some players who have been around a little bit, but are really going to be able to stamp or make their mark in 2021. Guys like Max Clark, Matt Conversano, that really kind of take our group to the next level, and they give us the opportunity that we believe that we deserve because of the work we've done, which is to go out and I guess feel like we can win every game that we're in. On the social side, we're really excited to build on the really successful 2019 season that we had, and which led us to be the La Trobe University Sports Club of the Year. And we had a huge membership growth where we ended up with well over 200 members, which was fantastic. And I think that the way we succeed in that is by providing our social players still with a very organised and meaningful training environment, which replicates very much what's being done in the performance teams and often has the performance coaches being involved with them to show that there is a pathway through the whole range of men's teams that we have, and that those players are cared for. So that's what excites us, and just to see which players go into those Sunday games and really perform and maybe warrant an opportunity in the performance program, which has happened many times before. So we're really excited for that. And also just thinking about especially our international students who went from having a very exciting prospective 2020 to one that was probably fairly challenging, that we can help them get back on the park and really engage in the life of the club and be healthy and have a great time. I think that's something that's really exciting for us as well. When I started here in 2018, it was a really interesting sort of project to kind of work out what we needed to do next as a club. And the thing that I think was quite unanimous was that we want to grow. And part of that has become apparent that, especially with so many of our playing cohort, whether it's current performance team players or even old boys and past members, with so many of those players having young kids, we thought it was a perfect opportunity to start Mini Roos this year. So we'll be starting with a Sunday morning program where the kids will come and just train for about an hour, which will be led by Justin Lania, which is very exciting. And those kids roughly aged between 5 and 8, but can be a few years either side of that as well. We'll get an awesome introduction to the game, and that's going to be a growth area for us in the future, because we want to be a club that not only represents the university to the best of our ability, but really becomes a club that represents Bundoora. In addition to the Mini Roos, we're really excited to complement our men's performance program with a boys youth team. So it'll be roughly aged between 14 to 18. And we want to provide local kids with the opportunity, regardless of what level they've played at before, to come in, get trained the same way the men's players get trained and the same way the women's first team get trained. And we believe that over 2 years we can prepare these kids to be part of our open age teams and make a real contribution to the club. So that's really exciting for us to have these 2 new arms of the club being built, and we can't wait to see how it looks in a year's time. Personally, I'm really interested in just getting better at coaching on the park, and something that really helps with that is our ability to use video, not just to watch what the players do, but to watch what the coaches do. So our commitment to using video at training and on match day allows us to really explore what was said or what ideas were shared during a training session, and to just make sure that all our coaches are really focused on the way we want to play, the way we want to teach, and are really able to prioritise the players' strengths over anything else, and build on those strengths to take our teams to where we want to be. So I guess personally it's about leading the coaching team to really investigate the work that we're doing and try to just keep making it better and better all the time. One of the big goals for us in 2021 is to have more social events and keep engaging our members with barbecues and opportunities to come and watch, whether it's the first team or have multiple matches on one day. The kids, like we mentioned, in terms of Mini Roos, and to really bring that family atmosphere to the club as much as possible, and engage with the wider Bundoora community as well. So that's something that is really important to us, and we look forward to seeing that all play out in 2021.